welcome to my safe space that I'm more than willing to share with you. I am Zagit Machaka and let's have a good conversation. So just a backstory about myself is that I got married at the age of 21. And now when I think back, I'm just like, And I've been married for 7 years now. And I just thought to just reflect on that a bit and have a conversation on that, my experience with that, with my regrets, my thoughts, do I have regrets, and everything surrounding that. Okay. So I'm sure the biggest question on people's minds would be, do you regret that? Do you recommend that? What do you say? Honestly, right now, I get the big deal. I get it. Because when I look at someone who's 21, I'm just like, you're so young. What you doing? I get the fuss. I get the trauma. I get the shock, because you're thinking, okay, you're still young, you just entered adulthood, you're still gonna make a lot more decisions. You might change your mind, you might, that's how I feel about young people now. No, for real, when I look at a 21-year-old, I'm just like, and I'm just like, wow, we were so blessed, and we're so blessed with family that, yes, we're shocked, some were shocked, but were willing to support us in this journey. So that was really something else. But as for me, I came in my darling, I still say yes. That was the best decision for me. And I think taking into account that we had been together for quite some time. Yes, at that time we had been together for 6 years. And to this day, I remember that feeling and that knowing, that sense of knowing that this is the time, this is the time for us. And the fact that we were both on the same page with that we were both on the same page with that, and we just knew it was time. It was time. And to this day, it's one of the best decisions I made. Yeah, that was good for me. But do I recommend it to other young people? I don't know. But it's quite weird, because to each their own. But honestly, from my experience, I'm grateful for the decision that we made. I love the fact that we're getting a chance to grow together, to do life together. Never sleepovers every day. I really appreciate every little part of it, getting to grow, getting to change as an individual, and finding that he's changing and growing, and we growing together. I love it for me, Kesang. I love it for me. I'm not gonna lie. But I get the hoo-ha around it. I think I've recently started getting the hoo-ha around it. I see where it gets to shock parents and people, and yeah, but maybe an advice, I don't know. I don't have any advice on that. I don't know. Man, if you in pray about it, seek guidance about it, but also, honestly, for me, there was just a knowing. It was time, and yeah, that's all I can say. I'm sore. So at that time, hubby was also at that time, hubby was also 25. He was 25. So we never so cool, you know. He was 25. He had recently started working and was saving the money he was getting there. And I'm again on my side, because I was just like, I am getting married. I was busy saving my bursary money. And it helped, okay, it assisted. But we were as I already said, that we had our minds set on this. Like we just knew it was time for us to do this, and we had so much peace with it. And yeah, but now I think an aspect of it that I've had to learn how to navigate is, firstly, navigating the fact that I got to get married young, and in most of my friendship circles, I'm the youngest. So, and on top of that, I got married quite young, and many of my friends were not married at the time. And I think it was not even much on me. I had to adjust to being a married wife, a married friend. So some things obviously I can't be like, guys, that's issue. But also we gave each other that freedom, my husband and I, to still have your friends, to still have your life outside of just being married. And that has helped us so much that I'm still an individual, I'm still a girl, I'm still whoever, but also I'm still a wife, and all of those things, all of those aspects were still a part of who I am. And I think maybe some people may forget it's okay, I still have a life outside of, yes, my person is my bestie, but also I still have my friends who are my besties also. So I think just learning to balance and to navigate that. But for my friends, for me, I didn't see the impact it was having on my friends, because I saw that they still had each other. There were still more of them, and they still had each other, and wherever possible, I'd be there and have a good time, just always amazing. And then Melo also came around, and it was so lovely seeing how my friends and my circles adapted and adjusted to having Melo around. Even when I'd be with my friends, it's just as Melo's playing around there, we doing that. So it was such a safe environment for me to grow into being a mom, a wife, and still be able to be a friend, But again, years did not stand still. Time went by, and then my friends got to a place where they started getting married. And I didn't think I'd have to experience the other side of the coin of having to now adjust to them being married. Because at first I thought, okay, they'll be joining me into being married. But now I had to realize that I had to adjust to the fact that, okay, we're talking this much, but things are going to change. I won't be able to get you, because each marriage is different. That's the point I want to make. Each marriage is different, and there's different ways that people choose to adapt, and different systems in place, and different things that work for each marriage, and we must appreciate and respect and understand that. So for me now, I'm thinking, it's not the same, and I had to now be where they were 7 years ago, whatever amount of years ago, and had to now find my way, and them finding their way back into each other's lives, adapting into this new space. And that was quite challenging. I felt myself losing my friends to a certain extent. Obviously from the fact that conversations now are like, hey, yeah, hola, hey, ope, and I'm just like, hey, but who are these girls now? Who are these people? What's happening? Why are we just talking about what's happening here, And I now had to be able to be there for them. I don't know if I did the best that I could, but obviously now the conversations now are juicy. I go, oh yeah, they're like in the marriage space, but it was quite interesting. It was quite interesting and quite challenging to a certain extent, but it's beautiful when you know that you've got a good foundation in friendship. And I think each person still gets a chance to make a decision, to say, it's okay, am I still desiring to have this relationship with you? Am I still wanting to work towards a relationship with you? And how do we navigate that now, And for others, it's a matter of, my friendship, I think it's later, I remember with one of my friends, we automatically, because after you get married, automatically we just gave her a bit of space. We just, I think we just naturally all did that. And then she was like, hey, guys, one thing, space. So it's all these different things that you work around, communicating and but with it all being said and done, it's, if you're working towards getting married or something like that, I think it's a beautiful part of life to embrace, to love on. But I think my biggest take or point on it is to not lose yourself in it. You can find, especially for us women, we can find ourselves so into our roles that we define ourselves with just our roles. And yeah, find a way to work around it together with your partner, but liberate yourselves from that, because the balance is quite helpful. It makes you appreciate all the more what you have. And akhona isikele asikwazi manje ukutipha over, ukuthi charm is la, but find a way to be able to still be you, to still find the things that you love and work on the things that make you you. I think we can just get so occupied with our careers, with now, okay, so being in a relationship, being married, having children and all of that, that we lose ourselves along the way, and it happens, but we find our way back to ourselves because we are multifaceted human beings, and all of these things come together and make us whole and make us wholesome and make us, keeps things stable. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I've sparked a thought and something to think about and something to attend to as soon as possible. Okay, much love. God bless.